With Windows 11, Microsoft introduced a much stricter set of hardware requirements, most notably the need for TPM 2.0. For many people with older but still perfectly functional computers, this created a tough situation. Their hardware still works well, but it no longer meets the criteria for the latest version of Windows. And for those who did upgrade, Windows 11 brought a modern design and a more streamlined interface, but also some changes, like a simplified start menu, new right-click menus, and deeper integration with Microsoft services. Some users love the new direction, while others find the adjustments unfamiliar. So, what happens if you're not ready to replace your computer and switching to a different ecosystem like macOS isn't an option? Well, there is a third path. An operating system that's free, respects your privacy, runs on a wide range of hardware, and feels familiar enough that even non technical users can jump in with ease. That operating system is Linux Mint. And in this video, I'm going to share 5 clear reasons why Linux Mint might be the best replacement for Windows 11. Plus, one important catch you need to know before you switch. Before we get into the reasons Mint is a great replacement, it's important to be upfront about something many videos skip. Linux is not Windows, and switching operating systems always comes with differences. Whether you're moving from Windows to Linux, Windows to macOS, or even Android to iPhone. So let's quickly cover what will feel different so you know exactly what you're getting into. The file system works differently. On Linux, you won't see things like C, D, or E drive. Drives don't use letters, they're mounted as folders instead. So instead of C, then users, then your name, your home folder will look like home forward slash, then your name inside it. You still get familiar folders like documents, pictures, videos, and so on, but the underlying structure is different. You don't need to memorize it, but it's good to know it exists. System files leave in different places. On Windows, most programs go into C, then program files on Linux. System-wide programs live in places like bin folder, share folder. Again, you never need to manually go into these folders. Mint handles all of this through the software manager or update manager. But if you ever peek behind the scenes, things will look new. Why I'm saying all this? Because Linux Mint feels familiar, but it's not identical to Windows, and it shouldn't be presented as a magic drop-in replacement that behaves exactly the same. What Mint does offer is a familiar interface. Linux Mint ships with a custom desktop called Cinnamon. Now let's look at this. Look at the bottom left. There's a menu button. Click it. You have a list of apps, a search bar, and a power button. Look at the bottom right. Volume, network, clock. This is the layout you've known since Windows 95. Linux Mint also gives you a file manager that feels immediately familiar if you've used Windows before. You still get the same basic layout. A sidebar with your home folder, documents, downloads, pictures, and other locations. A main window showing your files. A path bar at the top. Right-click menus that behave the way you expect. So even though the underlying file system is different, the way you interact with your files is almost the same. And the keyboard shortcuts you already know from Windows work right out of the box. This means you don't have to relearn your muscle memory. You can sit down at Mint and feel at home right away because the basics, opening folders, moving files, switching windows, work exactly how you expect. So while the system under the hood is different, the day-to-day experience is easy, approachable, and doesn't feel foreign. One of the biggest strengths of Linux Mint is how logically everything is organized. The menus, the settings, the panels, they're all placed in ways that feel natural, even if you've only ever used Windows before. The Settings app is especially straightforward. Instead of scattering options across multiple menus or hiding them behind layers of user interfaces, Mint groups everything into simple, clear categories. Appearance, sound, display, network. Privacy, keyboard, users. updates, and if there's something you don't like about how Mint looks, you can change almost everything: icons, themes, window borders, panel layout, without risking your system or editing complicated files. All the customization options are built right into the menus. So whether you want a classic Windows style desktop, a modern minimal layout, or something completely unique, you can make Mint look and feel exactly the way you want with just a few clicks. Now let's talk about apps, because this is where most of the misconceptions about Linux come from. A lot of people still believe that on Linux, you have to use the terminal for everything, or that you can't run the apps you rely on every day. That simply isn't true anymore. For everyday office work, you have LibreOffice or OnlyOffice. Both can open and edit Microsoft Word, Excel, and PowerPoint files without any special conversion. If someone sends you a Microsoft Office or Excel file, you just open it. Simple as that. For creative work, GIMP is a powerful alternative to Photoshop. It's not a clone, and it has its own workflow, but it's capable of serious photo editing, retouching, and graphic design. For video editing, DaVinci Resolve runs natively on Linux. It's the exact same professional grade editor used by studios and Hollywood colorists. So if you're a creator, filmmaker, or YouTuber, Mint gives you access to real industry tools, not watered down replacements. The point is, you don't lose your ability to get work done on Linux. You just use different apps. Apps that are powerful, free, and in many cases more efficient. And yes, for some Windows only programs, there are alternatives or compatibility layers you'll want to look into. But for most people's daily workflow, the Linux app ecosystem is far more complete than they think. Gaming on Linux Mint and Linux in general has grown massively in the last few years, and a big part of that is thanks to Valve's Steam Deck, a handheld console that runs Linux under the hood. Because of the Steam Deck's success, Valve invested heavily in making Windows games run smoothly on Linux. Inside Steam, there's a feature called Steam Play, powered by a compatibility layer known as Proton. When you turn on Steam Play, something amazing happens. Thousands of Windows games become playable on Linux with no extra setup. And because Linux has lower system overhead compared to Windows, many games actually run better on the same hardware. Faster load times, smoother frame rates, and fewer background tasks eating resources. It's not perfect. Some multiplayer games with anti-cheat still have issues, but the progress is undeniable. Linux gaming is no longer a niche, it's becoming mainstream. Linux Mint also comes with something called the Software Manager. Think of it like the Apple App Store or the Google Play Store, but everything is free and there are no ads, no subscriptions, and no installers trying to sneak extra software onto your system. If you want Discord, you just open the Software Manager, type Discord, and click Install. Same thing with Spotify, Steam, VLC, Visual Studio Code, pretty much anything most people use day to day. The best part? You don't have to search random websites, download .exe files, or worry about accidentally installing toolbars, trial antivirus programs, or other junk. Mint handles updates, security, and installation centrally, so everything stays clean and safe. For a lot of people, this alone makes Linux Mint feel easier and more secure than Windows. Mint is perfect for old or slow PCs. This might be the biggest reason of all. While Windows 11 keeps adding more background processes, more animations, and more system requirements, Mint stays fast, efficient, and optimized. That old laptop you thought was too slow, the one that struggles to open Chrome on Windows, Linux Mint can make it feel usable again. Sometimes even snappy. Mint doesn't need TPM, it doesn't need the latest CPU, and it doesn't force you into hardware upgrades every few years. It simply makes the most out of the hardware you already have. So instead of buying a new machine, you can just switch your operating system, and overnight your computer feels fresh and fast again. For many people, this alone is worth the switch. Windows 11 is increasingly centered around cloud-connected features like Copilot and telemetry. These tools can be useful, but they also mean the system expects to be online and tied to a Microsoft account. Linux Mint takes a very different approach. No telemetry, Mint doesn't track what apps you open, what files you access, or how you use your computer. It doesn't upload analytics to a corporate server in the background. The only time data is sent out is if you choose to submit a bug report, and even that is optional. No forced AI, there's no Copilot, no AI sidebar, and nothing scanning your files or suggesting things automatically. Mint focuses on being a fast, stable desktop, not an AI service platform. And that's why Linux Mint stands out as one of the best replacements for Windows 11. Familiar, fast, private, and built to keep your computer useful for years, instead of forcing you into constant hardware upgrades. If this video helped you understand what Mint can do, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss future guides, tutorials, and comparisons. And if you're thinking of switching or you've already tried Linux Mint, drop a comment below. I'd love to hear your experience. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.